And here we are. Hey, warriors.
Here we are. She doesn't warn me. What kind of friend does that?
A good one.
True.
Because she's amazing.
And that makes it a little bit more fun. We like to have that.
Yeah. No prepping required. Anyways, how are you on a Tuesday? How'd you sleep, Jude?
I slept well.
So did I. Slept long. Like, this was rare. Like, I knocked out at about maybe 8. I mean, it was like one of those sleeps where you have amazing sex or something, and then you just knock out. I'm just saying. It was one of those. It was one of those. It was good. It was a good sleep.
I slept well.
I mean, I probably don't look like I slept well, but I did. It was good. It was good.
You look great. She knows she looks good.
Anyways, how are you doing today? Speaking of how well we are all doing, there's so much going on in the world as we definitely bring spotlight to on each one of our podcasts, you know, speaking about, you know, racial divide, the political climate, the
actual climate.
The actual climate change, the fires, which you were saying that you were feeling a little, you know.
Yeah, I am.
The smoke.
You can probably hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
I'm scratchy, the eyes, a little headache.
I'm a little headachy, but I slept well. I'm just saying, I slept well.
It's the smoke. It's
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I am blessed for waking up this morning because it didn't have to be that way.
Right.
You know, no, it didn't.
But we're here.
But we're here. So whether or not. And you need to be subscribing or something.
Please.
And show some support. I mean, come on now. That's all I'm saying.
Help 2 girls out.
Now, speaking... Oh, we are on Spotify. iTunes. We are on iTunes. Oh, boy.
You're going to find us popping up everywhere.
2 Girls and a P. That's what we're doing. We're on Stitcher. I sent a link for you guys to go on Stitcher to take a look at our episodes, if you are behind or if you just, you know, care to even just look at one. And if it's your cup of tea or coffee, as the case may be this morning for us, then you know what? Hit that like button, share it, spread the love. That's all I'm saying. Speaking of spreading the love, okay, can I not speak today? No, because I had too much sleep. I am no longer articulate. I don't like that word, articulate. Anyways.
Oh my gosh, what is going on with you?
I have no idea.
And I'm just sitting here. I'm so tired. I'm like,
right?
I mean, I'm not tired because I slept really well, but I am tired and groggy. And I'm like, I'm just letting her ramble. And she's like,
I know, right?
I'm like, what is that?
I know.
And,
what?
And I guess it's true. Like, you don't know what you'll get with us. Like, we
it's just dumb.
It's like 2 girls unscripted. So
2 girls giggling like 12-year-olds. We're 12.
Sometimes. Okay, so we'll bring it back in now. We're sorry about that.
We're talking about wellness. And I'm going to let Jude. All right, so we've spoke about.
Ask me questions.
Okay, just stop now. I'm about to hype you up. Okay? This is sister, queen sister. Lift up. Here comes the glow up. Okay. The glow up. The glow up. So in our first Sunday brunch, we told you about what we prospectively... Whoa!
We'll be like Vaughn. Whoa!
That was a whoa.
Shout out to Vaughn.
That was a whoa.
Because no one woes better than Vaughn.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
Vaughn definitely
he
woes.
He does. He's got... It's his... Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, whoa. We can't do it.
We can't.
I think only the millennials can do it. But anyways.
Right?
Right? Okay, so... In our first Sunday brunch that you guys tuned in, and thank you for all the love on that day, because we were like, ooh, we're going live, I don't know. But anyways, getting back on topic, I shared with you what I did, you know, for a living, or when I'm Paul, making films and doing all these things. But we spoke about what Jude did, which is she is a massage therapist. That's how we met. That was the foundation of our meeting. But she has graduated to, and not just recently, but I say graduated as a form of accolade to her, to Reiki master. Yes. And so for those of us who are not familiar or want a bit of, you know, insight as to just what Reiki is, Jude's going to enlighten us and let us know what that is. But before she does that, on my IG feed yesterday, I saw this cupping. Ooh, that looked painful.
I do that
Oh
too. I was
Lord.
like,
I
oh
mean,
yeah,
blood
yeah.
coming to the surface, a little like raspberry resin.
It's not painful.
It was like, oh no, if that means toxins coming out of my body, I'll just do it a different way. There's more than one way to get toxins out of your body, and I'm not trying to have it that way. Oh Lord, that was just cupping.
It's amazing.
You know, at first when I heard the word cupping, I thought, maybe like spooning with your partner kind of thing, like cupping.
Deeper spoon.
That wasn't it. So, anyways, Jude, Reiki master, enlighten us. I'm gonna go get my green smoothie that I got from my favorite smoothie shop. Yay! I'm gonna get it, and Jude's gonna take over just for a moment.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Reiki is a form of energy work, and it's a Japanese modality that was created by Dr. Usui in the 1800s. So I'm gonna move over.
See, look what you're doing. See, why don't you just stay in your lane?
Because I always feel like I'm off the side.
No, just move. I'll be back.
Do you hear what I live with?
I'll be back.
Sassy. But funny and sweet. She's a little mix of everything, like the Sour Patch Kid. Remember, a little like sour, a little sweet. So, when I was a massage therapist, I didn't realize that I had always been tuning into energy. I knew I was very spiritual and always aware and seeking and a mystic. But I really didn't have much understanding of energy, except that I liked quantum physics. But in the physical realm and in my massage, I wasn't quite connecting the pieces until I would be working on a client, and I would, in my head, like here, almost there, and I would think it was my fingers becoming more and more sensitive to the tissue and the layers of tissue. And at some point it dawned on me that the knot would be up here, or maybe on the back, and I would be like way back here and feeling like you're coming up on it. You're coming, getting close, And so I knew that it wasn't the tissue at that point. And I started thinking, are they thinking that? And I'm picking up on their thoughts. So that would be energetic, because our thoughts are electric and our emotions are magnetic. I won't even say anything. And so we have these electrical impulses, these, energetic, we are energetic beings. And in China, they call it qi. In Japan, it's called ki. In Korea, it's called gi. And, in India, it's called prana. We call it life force or spirit. All these words are describing the same thing, the energy that we are. And so as a therapist, massage therapist, I began realizing that I was very attuned to all of that and picking it up with my clients. And it made me a better massage therapist. And while I was in massage school, I heard of Reiki. I'd never heard of it before. And I knew that I was supposed to study that. And so I did. I studied Reiki, and over time became a Reiki master and teacher. And,
All right, so how does that help us? How does that help me?
That's a really good question. So how does that help us? Number one, we are all energy. And so just like you have a cardiovascular system or a digestive system, you have an energetic system. It's one of our body systems. And I cannot wait until that begins to be taught in biology, because one day it will be. Mark my words. And because science is catching up with all of that woo-woo, as people like to call it. And, an acupuncture, a doctor in Chinese medicine, an acupuncturist, knows that energetic system or pieces of it and puts the needles in accordingly to help balance your energy, open up the flow of your chi. And what's important about that is things happen energetically first. So if you are stressed or even if you have a physical trauma, you can get energetic blockages in your energetic body. And those blockages over time begin to manifest in the physical, and that's how we get disease.
Such as?
I mean, any, like your disease, cancer.
Wow.
You know, things like that. This is part of the ways that we get disease. Toxic buildup, whether it's energetic or physical toxins, we get buildup in our body. And when there's not flow, when there is stagnation in our body, in life, we get disease. You know, whether it's even if you think of, you know, like our mental health, if we have stagnation mentally, we can get dis-ease.
Yeah, well, that's what I think about when I think of Reiki. I think about being mentally healthy, you know, getting mentally like well checked.
It is.
You know what I mean? Keeping good balance. I think where I have issue with Eastern medicine meeting Western medicine, which I totally believe in. I think there's such a coupling of it.
Yes.
What I think just coming from a medical background, what I have issue with is if someone chooses to go all the way to Eastern, medicine and abandon all
without
Western,
balance.
without any kind of, science. To couple with that, radiology is just horrific on the body. Yes, chemotherapy. Yes, the medications, the opioids, all of these things are very toxic to the body. But tempered, I think, with Eastern medicine. Don't you think it's a good marriage? Or
it is. I do, and I think you can't throw one out with the other. And like I said, it's nice that science is starting to delve more into some of the complementary modalities, because we can understand what works and what doesn't. There are some things that don't work as well, or in some certain situations are not going to work, and so you're going to need that Western medicine, right? And so if you can marry the two, and I think that's been the problem in Western medicine, there's been a big push for pharmaceuticals instead of really understanding food as our medicine.
Sure.
So it's we're starting to really learn and marriage the two, and that's very important. And as far as Reiki with emotions, you're right. Reiki is known as being great for stress because it's helping open up and balance the energetic system. It's great for the emotions. There are people that have experienced physical healing. I've not had that in my practice. It's been more emotional healing.
Right. Which God knows
and balancing
that will stave off cardiology, like a stroke or, a heart attack or, even mild, myopathy.
The relieving of stress and honestly helping people, how we sometimes can feel stuck in life. It really helps with that because the energies get stuck. So once you get that moving, my clients always, like this is 100% of the time I can say, when they leave, they say, I feel so much lighter. And that's because their frequency of their energy becomes dense. We start to feel heavy. We start to feel dark. We start to feel depressed. We start to feel sluggish. So getting the energy moving and clearing blockages, you actually feel lighter and you feel better, and that sometimes is half the battle, is just getting things moving. And so, I think Reiki becomes very effective. I know that there's a lot of documentation of people that had physical healings, but they were also getting Reiki every day. I don't know people that get Reiki every day. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think people should get Reiki every day? Because if you tap into that, and let's say it's totally for, let's say a childhood trauma or something that happened in your young adult life, okay? And you tap into that and then you send them on their way, isn't that bringing a lot of stuff to the surface? And then where does that go until they see you again?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean,
yes.
How do you temper that to where they're not feeling so overwhelmed because you tapped into these things that they have been suppressing for so long? Like, how do you? a tightrope.
And that's a really great question, because a lot of people, and I was telling you this, get Reiki training, like weekend Reiki training, which is not how I went about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was already a licensed professional, so I think, and I was already, I was in ministry for 17 years. So I already had an understanding of spiritual things taking time,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can't just learn a practice quickly,
Mm-hmm.
because Reiki also is a practice like meditation or yoga. You can learn it, but you cannot be a master quickly. That takes time. And so my training took years. And one of the things that we learned, which I don't think you would get this in a weekend, is that you are delving into that kind of, if there are childhood traumas and stuff. And so we were taught to be prepared with, here's a list of practitioners here, what I'm saying, and to say, please make sure you're seeing a therapist. I'm not a therapist. This is going to be bringing up things here, to have that understanding of those layers and the support. And we were also trained to support and to ask questions and know, like, here's that list when it was out of our scope of practice,
right?
And to support our clients in that. And so I made it a point of knowing peers that had other scopes of practice,
mm-hmm.
and connecting with them.
Now that's nice.
You know what I mean? And referring clients, like, hey.
So you guys networked.
Yeah, so I knew functional medicine doctors, acupuncturists,
right.
therapists in my
right.
locale.
So you could just pass the baton.
Yeah.
Which is nice when we can work together in the community that way, holistically and medicinally. I think that is amazing. That was, yeah. I'm proud of you, Jude.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I mean,
making
it's
magic.
It's about healing people and helping people, in life, so they feel good. I want people to feel good and whole.
I think so. I think because you end up passing it forward. So again, your legacy, again, is going to be far reaching, because you never know the lives that they're touching and the lives that touch, and it just keeps moving forward. So I think this is an amazing work that you do. A wonderful body of work that you do.
You. And then as far as Reiki, what makes it different?
Own it.
Thank you. My thoughts still going to Reiki. Between like acupuncture and Reiki, acupuncture is working the meridian system. So you have these energetic systems in your body. And think of that as your circulation. The meridians are like your circulation, or your nervous system, or your lymphatic system running through these lines throughout your body. And Reiki, it does all of that as well, but the major focus in Reiki training and in Reiki work is your chakral system, which is along the spine and is the powerhouse of the energy system. And each chakra governs different organs and emotions and stages in life and systems. It's like a little computer network over. So, so we clear those blockages.
Which is
to
nice.
Promote wellness, body, mind, and spirit.
I think
it's a body, mind, spirit thing.
I know that a lot more men should totally get into this, because I think we're bogged down about stereotypes that when you're in your 20s, this is supposed to happen with your body and you're supposed to wild out. When you're 30, you're supposed to get a little bit more responsible. When you're 40, you're not supposed to be feeling as sexual or feeling a little bit more. When you're 50, you should definitely be paying more attention to things that you no longer can do. And I just don't get into those social stereotypes, and so I think both men and women could benefit from that, because, why can't you have a healthy physical, mental, sexual life at 50 and at 60 and at 70? What is blocking you? All these social taboos, that says that, a woman usually, doesn't really want sex at a certain age, or men tend to move away from that and look for companionship when they reach a certain age, type of thing. Well, I think it's all important. I think it's all part. I think it's all part and parcel of feeling all of your, all of
Vitally
your,
alive,
yes,
like
feeling
vital.
alive,
Yeah.
sexually, physically, emotionally, mentally. I don't think a heartbreak feels any less for a 60-year-old than a
Right?
20-year-old.
Agreed.
I don't think sexual attraction or appeal feels any different
It
from a
doesn't.
30-year-old from, a 50-year-old. So,
Period.
I
Yeah.
think what you're saying today just really touches on that tremendously, especially in my world, in my industry, where you're seeing so many things changing at rapid speed.
Yeah.
And you're not, I think I showed you several weeks ago the split photograph that someone sent through social media of Blanche Devereaux from
Mm.
the Golden Girls, her
Yes.
50 versus J Lo in the doing the 2019 show, and what her 50 looks like. What a far and away different. But the common thread was is both of those women didn't let age stop them from wrapping around a pole or, doing her Southern charm, in
Right.
Florida, right? So I just, I think that, again, both men and women need to just feel the way you feel. If you got blockages because society is telling you
Mm-hmm.
that, that's one thing. You need to dispel that. But if you have self doubt, you definitely, I think we all could benefit from, Reiki.
The amazing thing that you're talking that you're talking about is feeling vital. And so again, Reiki, a Reiki master, a Reiki practitioner is a conduit for vital life force energy to flow through. And the energy is intelligent and knows where your blockages are and moves them, and it knows what you need.
I'm not doing cupping.
No one asked you to.
I'm just saying I'm not
Actually,
doing
I
it.
did yesterday.
She did.
No one. The energy knows what blockages you need, and you're ready to have moved. Whether those blockages are mental, because everything is energy, or emotional or physical, and it gets in and it moves it. And the practitioner is sensitive to the flow of the energy and has been trained in how to help the movement and how to clear the blockages so the energy can flow freely again. And that vital life force energy is what makes us continue to feel vital, continues to balance our energy. And that energy is mental, emotional, physical, sexual energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these are things that help us to feel and enjoy just the vitality of life and be in flow. We talk about being in flow. Well, what does that mean? That means that we don't have stagnant energy. We don't have stagnation in our life.
Right.
Because if we're stagnant in our energy, it's going to show up out here
right
in our life.
Right.
And so
But
it's balancing that and
but it's
getting
not
flow.
yeah. But not saying that we do run into a blockage, just like sometimes
We do.
the intestines block up and we have to do something to regulate it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I think the point is here is that we all are going to have those blockages, and what are you going to do about it? Are you going to stay,
Right.
Constricted and blocked and bogged down and wondering why you feel this way every
Mhm.
day you wake up in the morning? Why are you feeling so beleaguered,
Yeah.
Or are you actually going to maybe take a step and, do something of this nature, rather than pop a pill to get happy for 6 hours and then pop another one,
Right.
to bring you down, kind of thing. So,
I
all
think,
thing in its, in its place, all things in its time.
yeah, and I think the thing is that energy is just really starting to kind of come into our consciousness and an awareness as a society, and we need to learn to be more energetically aware. And so tune into our bodies, tune into our feelings, and know, oh, there is blockage there. That it's just something we are aware of our bodies. Oh, my stomach hurts, this and that, but we're not aware of our energy.
Yeah.
And being in tune with that. A good time to get energy work is with the change of the seasons. My acupuncturist friend, Doc Marcia, shout out, love you, Doc Marcia. They used to call us the dynamic duo. I miss her. Because we would have clients going back and forth, and our clients called us the dynamic duo. So anyway, change of seasons, big change of energy shifts during the change of seasons. Now I can't talk. So that is a good time to have energy work because the change of the seasons is shifting energies on the planet. And, anytime you start just to feel sluggish, run down, stuck, that's a good time to get energy work. So I always suggested at least, 4 times a year with the change of the seasons. And if you're first getting Reiki, the suggestion is to get 3 or 4 sessions close together to really get the blockages cleared and things balanced.
So, if you are interested in doing such a thing, and yes, this is about to turn into an infomercial for about 10 seconds, is that you do want to go to Transcendent Touch. Catch her on IG. She has a Facebook page as well where she can do something with you virtually. For me, I trust her. I believe in her because she believes in something grander than herself. Is it a quick fix? No, not at all. To every morning that I get up, when I am consciously aware and even subconsciously aware, when my feet hit the floor, my knees also hit the floor to give thanks and just gratitude for being alive to something grander than myself. And that's for me, that's preparing for battle, for whatever the day is going to bring. And it's also preparing me for the goodness that comes my way and how I respond to it. Will I be a crappy winner and a sore loser, or will I be, very, vigilant and very valiant in the way I handle both scenarios, both triumph and tragedy? So for me, it is in prayer, and believing in good friends that do good work, such as Jude. I would ask that you definitely take a look at her page and learn more about it. I'm sure she will give you a consult.
I do. I was going to say I have a free consult discovery call on my website, and even on my Facebook page. You can get to that scheduling button and you can schedule a free consult or discovery call if you have questions. If you really want to understand it more, I've got PowerPoints and things like that. I can show you pictures and we can talk more about what's going on with you and would I be a good fit for helping you.
And on that note, there is just one big blockage that we got to do. We got to push that votes. Yes. Okay, we are down to 49 days. 49 days until Election Day. By all means necessary, if you got to roll, push, walk, stumble, crawl, I don't care. Vote. It is imperative. Make your voice heard. No matter, there are people that will say, what's my vote going to do? If you have like 100,000 people saying that, that could be, that's deadly. It's your voice, your vote, it counts.
It matters. That's it. Be heard.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And on that note, we are out of here. Queen's Challenge tomorrow.
Yeah.
A crown. You guys are gonna wear it, but you know what? We will wear it for you. No worries. So Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Music. I will post the links. Go like the show. Hit Jude up. Yeah. She could, talk you through some real tough things that, maybe you just don't, can't afford because we've been in this pandemic. Just to hear how you can work through some of the, very surface things that goes on. She's amazing.
Yeah, I could even.
I endorse it. I endorse this message.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
You guys have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Be bold. Be beautiful. That's it. Have a smoothie. Ciao. It's never gonna go on.
It never does.
I don't know. It's like.